What's going on, guys?
You're listening to the 49 Carats podcast, a 49ers Goldmine production with Stephanie Sanchez.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the 49 Carats podcast. I am your host, Steph. And of course, today we are in a very joyous mood because the 49ers just beat the Cowboys once again in the playoffs. This time it was the divisional round, and they had us going there a little bit in that fourth quarter. It was a little close there, but all in all, I think it was a great game for this 49ers team. It was a great team win, I would say. In the first half, it was a very close game. It was a defensive battle, which, we probably expect. I wasn't sure whether this was going to be a defensive battle or a shootout. In my head, I was like, this could go either way. But it was very clear early on in the game that this was going to be a defensive battle for both sides. Both defenses were on one early. Especially the Cowboys defense, they came into the game very aggressive. One thing I was expecting out of them in this game, so it really wasn't a surprise that they had all of that energy in that first half. But as the game went on, you kind of saw it taper off a little bit. And so that was the 49ers' perfect opportunity to strike, and that they did. And also the 49ers really took advantage of the opportunities that they had as far as the turnovers go. The 49ers won the turnover margin. I believe the 49ers had 2 interceptions to the Cowboys, 1 fumble on the Ray McLeod punt recovery. And, that was big, but ultimately the Cowboys weren't able to capitalize on that opportunity they had anyway. So it ended up being huge, the fact that the defense were able to stop them there. And really in the second half, as we've seen in these last couple games, the second half is kind of where the 49ers kind of take control of the game and make things happen on both sides of the ball. I think there were some great adjustments. And it wasn't anything major. Like, there weren't any major adjustments, right? But I think it was just enough, some tweaks made in order to be able to put the game away. And I think that's huge. I mean, Brock Purdy in this game, I think it was obvious that this is the best defense that he's gone up against, right? And so it showed in this one, and that's something I was expecting as well, that he'd have a bit of a tough go. But all in all, I think he made plays when he needed to, especially in the second half. George Kittle came up huge in this one. In the second half, the run game came up huge as well. So I just think it was a positive game all around for the 49ers. Now, of course, the question now becomes, well, how does this team look against the Eagles next Sunday, playing against the Eagles? They got the early slot, so we'll see how that turns out. But, the Cowboys and the Eagles are pretty similar in that their defenses are top 5 in the league. Their offenses are also top 5 in the league. So it's definitely going to be a tougher test, I think, but one that I think the 49ers could, come out and have a good game against as well. When I say good game, like, sometimes all it takes is just winning the game, right? Like, I wouldn't say this was a spectacular win for the 49ers, obviously, right? They won by 7, but it was a close game. I think there's some plays they wish they might have had back, but all in all, they made the plays that they needed to, and that's really all they needed in this game to win. So I'm really happy for this team, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, what did you think about the performance of Brock Purdy? What did you think of George Kittle? That one play that he bobbled just had me sweating a little bit, but he caught it right at the right time. And I guess Brandon Ayuk was supposed to be the first read on that play. So it was a little bit of improvising from both Kittle and Brock Purdy to make that play happen. So that was huge. And those are the examples of the things I'm talking about, right? Like the 49ers, just making things happen. Brock Purdy making things happen when he needs to, coming up in those big moments. It wasn't anything major out of Brock Purdy today, but it was enough to get the win, to move the ball in those key moments. So I think it was awesome. Sean Sullivan says Purdy has had the best education in different game styles this year. He didn't shine today, but he hung in there and outplayed Dak, which is funny because Skip was like, Dak is going to outplay Brock Purdy on Sunday. And in my head, I was like, okay, fine. He can outplay him if he wants, but the 49ers are still going to win. I wish I had tweeted that or quote tweeted that, but I didn't because I was like, they're just going to come back and bite me if they lose. But, I mean, that's pretty much what ended up happening. Like, Purdy did play a better game, especially in the second half. Purdy made those plays that he needed to, and Dak did not. So that really is what became the difference, because in the first half, it was pretty evenly matched. Both teams, like, going at it, and it was pretty competitive. In the second half, that was kind of the difference, just the fact that, you know, Purdy was able to make some important plays. And again, it was nothing major. It was just as simple as converting when they needed to, right, on a pass. And so he made some nice plays, but I agree. He's learning a lot in these few weeks that he's been the starter. And of course, this type of game that they had today, I think prepares them very well for what they could potentially face against the Eagles on offense, right? Because I think the Eagles defense, like I said, very similar to that of the Cowboys, that it's top 5, top 3 in the league. So this was a good test for Purdy. I think he passed it, right? The 49ers won, and, you know, Purdy didn't throw any interceptions or anything. He didn't make any big mistakes like that. So I would say he came out of it pretty well. So I think he could take what he learned from today and apply that to the game against the Eagles next week. Sean says Jimmy had a meltdown last year in the second half. He did, and part of that also was the fact that he was dealing with a shoulder injury, so maybe there was a little added like thought processing for Jimmy, extra second of thinking, oh, I can't take this hit or something like that. But yeah, I mean, Jimmy in that last year's game almost gave the game away because they couldn't put up any points in the second half. But I think Purdy did a good job in the second half this time, just bringing it home. And again, nothing major, but just supporting the offense and doing enough. That's all we needed. And Christian McCaffrey got that touchdown that pretty much put him up. I believe that was before that one Robbie Goldfield goal. So, or I don't do math very well, so I don't know what the score was after the McCaffrey touchdown, but I thought that was huge because it gave the 49ers that comfort of knowing that, okay, now we just got to play some good defense. We got to continue to hold them, and, you know, we should come out of this game. And that's pretty much what they did. The defense in the second half, credit to D'Amico, big time credit to D'Amico in this defense. Fred Warner was just all over the place. He was playing with his hair on fire. I can't wait to watch the All-22 and see what Fred Warner was doing out there, because of course when you're watching the game live, it's a little bit different, you know. But I'm stoked about this win, obviously, and glad I got to witness a win today. And Levi's was freaking rocking. Levi's was on one, playoff atmosphere. Surprisingly, a lot of Cowboys fans at the game. Very surprised. I mean, not Cowboys, Raiders fans. Like, yes, there were Cowboys fans, obviously, but there are Raiders fans. Like, what you guys paid like $500 to be here for what? For what? Anyway, but yeah, this was a great game. I'll probably do another like slightly more in-depth review of the game sometime tomorrow, because today, like, I watched the game live. I need to watch it again, like the TV replay, and, you know, get some better thoughts. But obviously I was just trying to enjoy the moment as much as I could, and, you know, the energy was great, and I was just really excited to be there and witness a win. I think it was a great team win, so I'm happy about it. But all right, guys, I'm going to be on KTVU. For those of you in the Bay Area, I'll be on KTVU 9:15 a.m. tomorrow morning. So make sure you guys tune into that. I'll be talking about the game, giving my thoughts and all that good stuff. So have a good rest of your night, guys. Make sure you like this video if you have not yet. Make sure that you subscribe if you have not yet. Raymond says Raiders fans on the fence of converting. You know what? They talk a big game. It's so hilarious because I was like, first I'm like, why are you here? But then also they come to Niners games wearing like Raiders stuff, which okay, fine, be obnoxious if you want. But again, it's like, what? You really paid $500, $800 to be here just to like say go Raiders? Like, I don't know. Seems like a waste of money to me. But they don't have any stadium to go to now here in the Bay, so they come along to Niners games. I guess that's how they pass time these days. But all right, guys, I'm gonna head out of here. I'm gonna celebrate, of course. Maybe have a drink or two. And you guys have a good rest of your night. Tune in to me tomorrow at KTVU 9:15 a.m. and I'll do my more in-depth review tomorrow on my channel as well. So make sure you guys tune into that. But have a good rest of your evening. Enjoy this. Enjoy the 49ers being in the NFC Championship. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.